Wait. Don't scroll away just yet. Before you go, answer one honest question. When was the last time you truly felt alive? Not when you checked things off your list, not while mindlessly scrolling your feed. I mean, when your heart was racing, when you thought, yes, this is it, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. If that moment feels distant, that's not an accident. Your unconscious is already knocking. You just haven't heard it yet. Carl Jung once said, "Depression is not a malfunction. It is the last cry of a soul you no longer recognize." In our culture, pain is a problem. If something hurts, we rush to fix it. Take the pill, take a break, keep going. But Carl Jung looked deeper. He didn't see depression as illness. He saw it as a symbol, a rupture between your outer life and your soul. You wake up, you eat, you work, you smile. You say, "I'm fine." But inside, silence, numbness, a heaviness with no name. You don't know what to call it, but you know you can't keep pretending. Something inside you is tired of playing the role, and the longer you ignore it, the louder it becomes. Jung believed this wasn't a flaw, it's a symbolic crisis, a pause created by the unconscious, so you can finally hear your soul. Carl Jung believed the psyche knows how to heal itself. It's a living system. When you live out of alignment with your soul for too long, something inside you steps in, not to break you, but to realign you. He said, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. That's where the real journey begins. Because from Jung's view, depression isn't a failure. It's not your enemy. It's a signal. Deep, mysterious, and honest. You may have lived years on autopilot, meeting expectations, performing roles, looking successful on the outside, but lost on the inside. And then, one day, your psyche says, "Stop." Your body is tired. Your energy is gone. The world goes gray. Not because you're weak, not because you're lazy, but because something in you demands truth. Jung explained, the unconscious isn't here to punish you. It's here to bring you back to who you've forgotten, to who you really are. And while your mind clings to old stories, your unconscious begins to whisper. Through dreams, through restlessness, through silence, through collapse. It's not a malfunction. It's a calling. Depression may be the moment when your soul refuses to keep living someone else's life. Carl Jung once said, "We cannot change anything unless we accept it." So, what if you stopped fighting your depression? What if you just listened? What if you stopped asking, "How do I get rid of this?" and started asking, "What inside me so deeply wants to be heard?" Because your soul doesn't speak in to-do lists. It doesn't use deadlines. It doesn't shout. It speaks in fatigue, in emptiness, in tears you can't explain. It speaks when everything else goes quiet. And if you keep silencing that voice, you may miss the most important conversation of your life. Sometimes, depression is a sacred pause, not random, not meaningless. It's a break crafted by the unconscious to give birth to something new, a chance to return to yourself, a moment to remember what you truly want, who you were before you became acceptable. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it takes courage, because to accept yourself means facing what you've run from. Jung said, "Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes." Maybe depression didn't come to destroy your life. Maybe it came to interrupt the false one, so that in the stillness, you could finally hear what's real. Don't rush. Don't ask the old question, "How do I escape?" Ask this instead, "Why am I here? What is this darkness trying to teach me?" The answers are already inside you. You just haven't listened in a long time. To work with depression, Jungian style, means not to fight the darkness, but to enter it consciously. To let sadness lead you to the places you haven't lived yet. This doesn't mean staying passive. It means becoming curious. What dream did you silence? What truth did you bury beneath should and must? Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." Depression is painful, but it can open that door. Not by fixing, not by escaping, but by walking inward, step by step. Sometimes it asks, "Why don't I want anything anymore? Where did my energy go?" But the deeper question is, what did I silence in myself? A dream? Rage? Tenderness? Maybe you tried too hard to be good instead of being real. Jung believed, when we reject parts of ourselves, they don't disappear. They go into the shadow. And the longer we ignore them, the louder they knock. Sadness isn't a failure. It's a signal. It leads back to where you turned away, to where you decided, that part of me isn't allowed. But that's where the key is. The key to your real self, to creativity, to aliveness, to connection. Integration isn't magic. It's a path from within. You stay with the pain. You don't run. You ask it, "What are you here to teach me?" And little by little, life begins to return. Not the old life, not the one that broke you, but a new one, more honest, more alive. If you're inside this fog right now, don't rush. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are standing at a threshold. And this is not the end. It's a turning point. Something ancient in you has already begun to wake. It's still small, still quiet, but it's alive. It's not the part of you that performs. It's the part that longs to truly live. Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Maybe you've been calling your depression your fate. But it's not. It's a moment, a crack in the shell, where something new can begin. Let it be a process, not a war. Let it be a return, not a battle. Talk to someone who can hold space, a therapist, a friend, yourself. Write, draw, sit in silence. Look out the window and remember how to breathe. Let yourself dream again, not like before, but for real. This isn't collapse. This is the beginning of truth. And if you're ready, keep walking. Your soul is calling. Watch the next video. Maybe there's another door waiting for you there. And maybe you'll feel it. Yes, this is it. I'm finally going home. If this touched something in you, share it with someone who needs it. Leave a like, subscribe, and stay with us. We speak here about things that are rarely said, but must be heard.